And thank you so much for joining me. This is meteorologist Eric Tallman, and my other meteorologist is actually filming this for me at the very moment. And we're both going to be watching the storm system, and this is very, very interesting indeed. I mean, there's going to be a lot to talk about this evening and what we've got set up here. I mean, Southeast Lower Michigan is not under a watch, but good thing that we did get on the air as soon as we did so we could kind of give you guys heads up of what's going on. You know, some of the thunderstorms that do hit Southeast Michigan, some of them could become severe, so that is the reason why we are breaking out the news right now, just to give you a heads up. I know it's just been very confusing based on the time frame of all this. We'll get to that in the second half of our show, but we have a lot of warnings, a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings, a lot of tornado watch boxes, all of that. So we have a lot to talk about and kind of cover, basically. You can actually see we do have multiple thunderstorm warnings that are in effect. We'll zoom in just a minute, and we have, I think, quite a few tornado warnings as well, but that is way, way, way down to the south. That is not going to be an issue for us. The main issue is going to be the damaging wind threat and the thunderstorms, and possibly some severe weather mixed in with this for all of us in Southeast Lower Michigan. So you guys are probably thinking, okay, we're not getting any snow for Christmas. Well, unfortunately, no, we're not going to have any snow in the 7-day forecast. Unfortunately, I was hoping and praying for a snowy day on Christmas. That'd be nice. But instead, Mother Nature is going to bring us rain and storms instead to start off our work week. And this is very, very active weather right now. So let's go ahead and talk about this more in depth of what's really going on here specifically. So we might be on here for a while here, and that will cover most of the evening, but we're not really going to be completely done, because I'm going to tell you, if we start getting any warnings that do come into our action room over here, my meteorologist will be letting me know, and I will be giving you heads up of what's going on. So just be prepared. Right now, we're in the clear. We're not in any threat at this time, but don't let your guard down, because all of that action is going to be headed in our direction. So we're giving you a little view of what's going on. So now we're really going to talk about what's happening currently at this time. So this is what we have going on. This is the setup right now. There is severe weather in the Midwest. You can see that right on top of us. Actually, there's actually moderate severe weather in the Midwest. A lot of thunderstorm action happening right now. And where is all the thunderstorm action coming from? It's coming from the south, way down in Texas, Oklahoma. That's normally where we get all of the severe storms, or we might get them in the Midwest. But all of this action happened to come from way down south, and actually it's in the position of going north-northeast, and it has really affected a lot of areas along this area, this line right here, where you see this big blob of precipitation. That's where all of this stuff is happening. I'm going to ask my meteorologist, uh, thank you, Derek, for backing that up. Then that way I can see a little bit better, and then the viewers can see what's happening as well. Thank you so much, Derek. I appreciate that. Okay, well, that was my other meteorologist. He's actually filming this, and I'm trying to explain this to you, and you can see me moving my finger around so you know what's happening right now. So this is what's going on. All of the thunderstorm action is happening way down from the south right here. You can see a big extended line of tornado watch boxes coming all the way from the south, pointing all the way towards the north. It continues on the way up, all the way up, and this is the slight risk of severe weather. And there's actually a severe thunderstorm watch box that was issued by the Storm Prediction Center, is what I was trying to say on the script here. I didn't see that. The blue indicates severe thunderstorm watch. The red boxes that you see, those squiggly lines, the red is a tornado watch. So there's two different colors. For a severe thunderstorm, that's blue. Tornado watch is in red. So if you're just getting a little confused here, we'll kind of help you out with that. So this other tornado watch box is still in effect, but you can see there are thunderstorms that are developing along the tornado watch box right over there, and there's actually severe thunderstorm warnings that are in effect, quite multiple tornado warnings, as a matter of fact, that are in effect in that area. So just to give you a heads up that we may be prompted with some warnings, not really at this current time, but it's really hard to say. I would say within the next half an hour or so, things are going to really start taking shape here. So there's definitely a big concern going on, and I guess the National Weather Service has updated all of this severe weather activity, and it looks like parts of the Midwest. Let me ask Derek to actually film in a little bit closer. You can actually see right there where it says MDT. That indicates that there's actually a moderate risk for severe weather. That's the reason why it's in red. Red means moderate for severe weather. If it's in slight, that is in green. If it's in high alert, that is in pink. So right now there's actually a specific area that will see moderate severe weather threat going on. And that does have the potential for tornadoes, but that has nothing to do with us currently at the moment. Southeast Lower Michigan, you're not under a watch, or any of us in that respect of all, but we might have some warnings come in. So, like I said, more than likely we'll be watching this activity all night until all of the action is finally out of here. I know there's just a lot to explain to you guys, and it's hard for me to read this and figure out what's going on the computer. I'm watching two things at the same time, and I've got my other meteorologist Derek helping me out here by filming this, so I can kind of concentrate on all this precipitation and action that's going on in the Midwest. So we will continue to keep you posted on all of this. So if anything does change, we will be the first ones to let you know. So do not let your guard down. We do have everything ongoing, and we are watching and waiting to see what kind of action we get out of this. But more than likely, we will be getting some strong to severe storms out of this, more than likely. So it's just going to be a matter of time. So we're going to wait for that line of strong storms to move on through, and that's going to happen at any time. I don't know specifically the time yet, but we know that that strong to severe line is there, and it will be happening in our area, and it will affect Southeast Lower Michigan. So we're going to be watching the computer monitors very closely to see what kind of action we get under that. But we're not under a watch or warnings or anything like that, not at this time. But the showers and storms are there. We're just waiting to see when things are really going to start to take action here in Michigan. Right now, nothing, but we do have the precipitation working its way in. So we'll continue to keep an eye on all of this action, but we are gonna, thank you, Derek. We're gonna move over here for just 1 second. No, I've actually changed my mind. Maybe we can just zoom in. Thank you very much. So we just wanted to remind you that there's actually a tornado watch that's in effect over here. Multiple severe thunderstorm warnings that are in effect over here. They're scattered everywhere because there's different severe thunderstorm cells that are developing that have actually prompt warnings here. So if you're under a severe thunderstorm warning, you should be taking action immediately, and you should be getting to your designated sheltered area, because severe thunderstorms can actually spawn tornadoes. So that is the other significance of the two. So that's the reason why for Michigan we are at low chance for tornadoes, really, even though that we're going to get severe weather. We might get an isolated tornado. I'm sorry. What did the thing say on there just a minute ago? Oh, it says on here isolated tornado threat. Possibly. Well, okay, we're going to go ahead and tell the viewers whenever we have severe weather is what we're trying to say because there's so much information here. We really have to get this going here. So if we can go onward and upward, we can move on here because there's so much going on right now. It's hard to kind of figure out exactly what I was about to say. So whenever there is a severe weather threat. Usually tornadoes do not always happen, but there is an isolated threat that Michigan may and may not get tornadoes, but we're going to go ahead and rule out an isolated chance for tornadoes in Michigan, even though we're getting those strong storms coming from the south, and we do have a big line of strong storms that are going to be moving in. We're just waiting to see if they become severe or not. That is the question mark right now because all the action is in the making. We're just waiting for those storms to actually fire up here in Michigan, and we start to see some severe storms out of it. So if we start getting any warnings or any kind of warnings at all in Michigan and Macomb and the whole entire viewing area, we most definitely will keep you posted, and we will have your extended 7-day forecast coming up at 8 o'clock. But if we start to see very active weather within the next couple of hours here, things are going to be kind of tight. That means the extended forecast will be on a very tight delay because of the situation. So if we start to get reports of damaging wind threats or anything of that nature, then that's going to be another reason for concern, and then that's just going to add on more airtime for us, and that's going to be an extended time. So let's say you're watching a program or something and we automatically start talking more about the weather situation. So for right now, just expect showers and storms to arrive in southeast lower Michigan, and we'll let you know when that strong to severe line starts to move on in, and that's when the action is going to come. So, if you feel that you're threatened by severe weather, make sure that you take cover immediately. And if you're under a severe thunderstorm warning, you take shelter immediately. Do not wait until the last minute because severe thunderstorms can spawn tornadoes. And if it was an actual tornado warning, you most definitely have to take action for both severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings, especially because time is of the essence, and those are life concerns. You have so much time to get to shelter before the storm actually happens. So we will try to keep you up to date on the whole situation. So we will interrupt programming if we have to, if we get any warnings, not at this current time, but we will go back to regular scheduled programming, and if we do get any severe thunderstorm warnings, you will be the first ones to know. This is Eric Tallman, meteorologist, and my assistant, Derek, meteorologist here. They will be watching the storms for the next several hours here, and we'll let you know when those strong storms start moving in southeast lower Michigan. We'll see everyone back here within the next hour or so, but like I said before, if we start to see any kind of activity that may look kind of familiar, such as rotation, or a possible tornado, you'll be the first ones to know. We don't really expect that, but when we have severe weather, anything's possible. But like I said in the beginning of the show, I was more concerned about the damaging wind threat is probably going to basically be the biggest threat that I'm most concerned about trees and all that stuff falling down. That's going to be the most priority of this whole thing. And then we'll deal with the other action when we start getting warnings or whatever. So it's just going to be a wait and see game. We'll keep you posted on this. And we'll see you within a half an hour. But like I said before, if we start seeing warnings come into southeast lower Michigan in our viewing area, then we're going to be back on the air again. This is Eric Tallman and Derek, meteorologist here. We'll see you in a little bit. Thanks, everybody.